I don't know. He's done good in practice, but, to say that he's ready for that, I don't know yet. We'll see. I may throw him in that Notre Dame game just to see where he is. We're still learning. It's November. But we'll see.
Including the rest of the guys, Harrow and the rest of the guys, how much is there to learn in this game first, true, I guess, road environment?
We don't know what we're going to get from our guys. It's the first road game, first hostile environment. We have no idea. But I think this team, from what I'm seeing, what I know and what I don't know, it'll be till February till we figure this out. Hopefully we can go in good enough to win the number of games we have to be winning to stay alive. But we're learning, and this will be another chance for us.
Did that Maryland game, because it was so heavy with their fans and how loud they got?
Yeah, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It was. They probably had 60% of the fans. We still had 40. We may have 40 people in the building here. So, no, this will be a new experience for them, and I'm anxious to see how they respond.
Ryan said that he didn't think you changed the way you coached him in practice. Maybe a little more positive reinforcement. Is that fair?
I don't believe so. He had just been gone so far long that you start thinking everything I said was negative. I'm coaching him exactly the same. It's amazing how when I ask him, okay, who in this room am I being toughest on? 7 guys will raise their hand. They all think it's them. So they only hear what's directed at them. They don't hear what's directed at anybody else. So, no, I'm coaching him the same. I'm happy he's back.
John, Ryan said that following Derrick Rose and Tariq and John Wall and Brandon and Marcus T, that it's a little bit like he's kind of carrying those guys along with him to a degree.
Shouldn't be. They're all different. I've told them all the same thing. It's all how you want to look at things. But he shouldn't be. He's not expected to be those guys. Nerlens isn't expected to be Anthony, nor was he expected to be Marcus Camby. I coach them all to play to their strengths and try to help them be the best version of themselves. So that's never talked about within. Now, maybe sometimes you think of that yourself, but that's not what we teach or what we want.
How important was Ryan's return to your you talk about February, it might be, but your long-term development as a team, and maybe just in terms of depth?
Well, we want him on a team, obviously, but it's shifted things. It gave us a chance to put Archie exclusively at point guard. It gave us a chance to put Jared in games that were meaningful. It gave us a chance to do some things, but it's not what you want. Whether you have an injury or sickness or anything like that on your basketball team, that's not what you want. But if it happens, you try to take advantage and say, now what do we do now and how do we learn from it?
Will that time have really benefited Archie? I mean, assuming Ryan comes back and can give you a bunch of minutes at point guard, but just to have that option of him maybe being comfortable in that position?
Who?
Archie.
Archie's our point guard, so I hope he's comfortable in that position. But it gives us a chance now to play with 2 point guards on the court, which my best teams have had 2 point guards on the court at one time. So we have that opportunity now.
Now, on the SEC Big East Challenge, it seems like it means more to the fans than the players, but is there any added pressure being kind of top of the SEC to represent the conference?
I'm not sure we're the best team in the SEC. I've said that from day one. And again, I'm not. I'm worried about this program and this program moving forward and us getting better day to day and week to week. And this is another opportunity for us to learn about our team and get better. Short of that, until you said it, I didn't even know. I forgot it was a challenge. I thought it was a game. Never entered my mind. It is the Big East Challenge?
It is.
Okay.
Dick Vitale said last night that you texted him saying you wanted to.
Wasn't last night. That was almost 3 weeks ago. He texted me and said, what about this? And I said, yeah, we'll play him in the Barclays Center 3 weeks ago. So I was in bed. I didn't get it, but I got all kind of texts the next day, and I'm like, what did he say? You text him during the game. What? He was sleeping during the game. I'm exhausted all day. I can't stay up that late anymore.
Now, what are Ryan's strengths that you want him playing
He's a good basketball player. He's quick and fast. He can get to the basket. He can score the ball. We need him to be the energy bunny out there making plays defensively, scrapping up the game a little bit. But he can do all the things we're asking him to do.
John, after the last game, you've been talking about Ryan. You said that if it was one of our sons, we would really appreciate how you were.
Well, I would say
What
you
did
would
mean
hope.
by that?
What I would say is, however I handle this, whatever this young man was going through, I would hope you would look at it and say, I wish he'd handle my son that way. That whatever's going on stays in-house, and his whole goal was to help my son get back on that court with a smile on his face. So pretty simple.
When you say Archie is your point guard, is
Yeah.
that, you want that long-term, and is that more because of what he brings to the table?
He's our point guard. He's earned a position, and he's our point guard. Now, it doesn't mean he's our only point guard. Now we have 3 point guards, which is even better, really, than having 1 point guard. And you could put 2 on the court at one time, which is even better, against zone, against pressing, so it's good for us. But he's learning the position and doing well and getting better game to game, so he's earned a spot.
Does Notre Dame seem to be more of a veteran team than Duke? I mean, in terms of from what you've seen?
No, Duke was a veteran team. Duke had seniors, but Notre Dame has big players, and they're also a veteran team. But I would tell you, Duke probably had more experience than Notre Dame had. I mean, Notre Dame has lost some key parts each of the last 2 years, some big-time parts to their puzzle. And I think Duke, when you talk about the guys that are returning, that was the guts of their team.
What does Notre Dame do well? What are you most concerned with?
Well, they shoot the ball well. They were 12 out of 22 last game. If they do that, we will be coming home with an L. They're very, very big. They get great size. They play a great zone. They spread a zone out. They try to play gaps. They do some things that we have not seen, so that will be interesting to see how we respond to that. And again, like they're a veteran team compared to us. They do well in that building. I mean, they're a good home team, so it'll be a tough challenge.
Any comment on Louisville going to the ACC?
I heard about that as I came down. I think it's good for them. It's good for them. I mean, I think the alignment, everybody that laughed at me 3 years ago when I told you where this was going, it's kind of playing out that way, and they're not left out. They were left out. Everybody was taking a chair except them. They must have bumped somebody, and they took a chair. So I think, but I think in the end of the day, there'll be 64, 80, 84 teams that'll be in that mix.
You said it might be February before you get it all figured. Are you okay with that?
Well, no, I'd like to know tomorrow, but that not being the case, I'm just going to have to be patient. And when we figure it out, this team is going to be pretty good. Right now, and it's amazing. We're I think Dwayne or John, somebody told me, the 9th most efficient team in the country. Well, there's some inefficient teams in this country. We're the 3rd most efficient team on offense. Folks, we've been together 36 practices. There's 350 teams. So, as I'm saying to you, I'm not looking for us to be just a good basketball team. I want us to be special. And to be special, we're not close yet. We're okay. I mean, we can win some games and beat some people, but that's not what this is about. This is about when it's all said and done, were we the best version of what we could be as a team? Were individual players the best version of themselves? And were we having more fun than any team in the country? Now, the answer to all those right now is no, no, and no. We need that to be yes, yes, and yes. And then that's the team that keeps marching, doesn't want the season to end.
But if you're just okay right
more
now,
questions.
you're the 3rd most efficient offensive team. And
We
the
could be
most
very
efficient-
good.
Yeah,
We could be
how
very,
can you
we
be?
could be very good. We could be very good. We're just not right now. And should we be? We shouldn't. If we are, then we were practicing double time in the summer. We are what we are right now, and I'm fine with it. All right, guys.